guest helps you live an active and joyful life. Love that part right there. With their intelligent personal EVs. Personal EVs. A lot of discussion about electric vehicles. Here's a personal one. Next generation power wheelchairs and personal mobility devices that they're showing here in Vegas this week. Vice President of Sales and Marketing from a company called WHILL with an H, WHILL, is Justin Gagnon.
Yep.
Did I get close?
That was pretty good.
Oh, c'est bon. I was
Well
close.
done.
How are you, Justin?
Really well, thank you. Thanks
Good.
for having me on.
It's a pleasure to have you. Why and how was WHILL founded, first of all, so that we get a little idea about the company?
Sure, really good story. So our founder, Sugi Satoshi, out of Tokyo, had a personal contact who lost their mobility and decided, I'll help you find a personal mobility device, a wheelchair that'll help you get around. This gentleman was a social, active person. They wanted to keep up their lifestyle, and they couldn't really find anything that they were happy with, nothing that would work both indoors and outdoors and allow them to keep up sort of that rec activity that they were used to. And so Sugi, being a automotive engineer and designer at the time, decided, well, why don't I just try to build you something? And so he, along with a couple of friends of his, one, at the time, both working at a consumer electronics bigger company in Japan, decided they can take care of the electronics part of it, and he could take care of the hardware, the engineering, and the design. And between the three of them came up with the first version, the first prototype of what ended up turning into the company.
Wow. What a great reason to innovate and to do something that will help so many people when he started out just trying to help his friend.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty cool. So now tell me about, you actually brought, or I guess rode, a couple of chairs here to our broadcast area at the Human Touch massage chair exhibit. While yours probably don't do massages, after the interview you get one here.
That's exciting.
So tell me about the ones that Chris is now showing on camera.
Sure. So we brought two models with us. These are our consumer models that people will purchase just for their own personal use.
Okay.
So the first one here that Jonathan is showing us is our Model C2. So it's the second iteration of our Model C.
Okay. I'm noticing it has what looks like tail lights.
Yeah. So
I saw the back.
Yeah, it lights up as soon as you turn it on, so people can see it coming. This one actually comes apart, so you can pull it apart into 4 pieces really quickly and easily, throw it in the trunk of your car, go anywhere with it.
Wow.
It travels on an airplane really quite nice. And our front wheels are really what makes it unique compared to what a lot of other devices that are out there. Those are our Omni wheels, we call them. So they're omnidirectional. Essentially, they glide across the floor laterally, so they don't pivot like a traditional caster wheel would have to pivot.
I was going to say, Jonathan's doing it like with ease, and I'm thinking, how is it moving so easily? That's why.
Very smooth.
Yeah.
So it allows it to keep a really tight turning radius. So that indoor use that we were talking about with Sugi's friend, you can navigate really tight spaces, in and out of elevators very easily.
Wow.
But still get outdoors and navigate bigger terrains because of the size of those wheels.
Yeah.
So.
No, the only thing I could think to add would be a bicycle horn or something.
Yeah,
right?
and some people do that. There's a little horn on there. But
is there really?
There is, yeah.
Oh, geez.
and then the second model that JJ just showed us, that's our Model F. That's our latest. It's a foldable model, so it's a little bit of a lighter weight, lighter use model. Very easy to travel with. Total weight is 58 pounds, but if you pull the battery out, which is also really easy, it's about 52 pounds. So it makes it very transportable, portable.
Yeah, we're seeing how he's kind of collapsing everything, making it very easy to toss in the trunk or the back of your SUV or something.
Exactly. Yeah, like it folds up really to the size of a suitcase, essentially. Yeah.
And thank you, Jonathan, for Vanna Whiting the stuff. It works
John.
out well. Yeah. We're even seeing Julio in the background on his phone again. Imagine that, Julio on his phone. So hard to get good help these days. But do we have an idea as to cost at this point, and are they available now?
Yeah, they're available. So the original Model C that we launched here at CES in 2018 won some awards with it too, which is really great. This is the second iteration, so it's been around for quite a long time. That one retail price sells for anywhere between $4,500 and $5,000, just depending on where you're picking it up.
Okay.
The Model F that JJ was showing us, that one will retail anywhere between $2,800 and $3,000.
Okay.
And
now we see it. He got a good glimpse of the taillights too.
Yeah.
Which I think is very helpful too, as you're making your way through a crowd or down a sidewalk or crossing a street.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, there's obviously you have safety concerns built in to take care of things. So.
Yeah, and there's a good sized basket under the seat as well. So if you are carrying anything, and then the backrest is actually designed so it can carry like a backpack or some bags and things.
Oh, nice. And what kind of range can you typically get on something like this? Because you talked about the whole reason for this innovation was someone who is very active and social and so forth, which suggests someone who doesn't just take a little run somewhere or ride, if you will, and then back. They're probably wanting to do more with whatever they can. So is there a typical range that you'll get on a full charge?
Yeah, so the on the Model C2, we're typically seeing about an 11-mile range on it on a single charge.
Okay.
And on the F, about a 12.5-mile range. It's a lighter chair, so it'll go a little bit further.
Sure.
They use the same battery. It's a lithium-ion battery. It's FAA friendly, so you can fly with them as well.
Good.
And they'll take you really as far as you want to go. If somebody does know that they are going to be traveling with it for 20 plus miles, you can buy a second battery and just easily quickly swap them out.
So even carry it on the little case underneath, the little basket underneath. Well, then what's next for WHILL into tomorrow?
Sure. So we here at the CES show, we actually have one of our autonomous units with us at our booth as well. And so our autonomous units are being utilized in airports today and a hospital in Japan as well.
And they're to transport people?
Exactly, yeah. So we'll go in ahead of time, we map out the entire airport, and then we use that map, we'll set paths for the autonomous chair to go.
Right.
So we keep it fairly contained to a specific route. And we'll create end destinations at every single gate. Or in the case of a hospital, it could be really any location within the hospital that a patient would need to go to.
Sure.
And then there's a little screen. There's no joystick on the chair at all. There's a little screen on the arm. And it's a touch screen. You just touch which location you want to go to. So if you're a passenger at an airport, I want to go to gate C22.
Yeah.
And off it goes. And it takes you to your gate. When you get there, you get off. There's a countdown, and it self-returns to go pick somebody else up.
And I'm assuming it also has an automatic horn, an autonomous horn or something to warn people ahead of you at an airport.
Yeah, it does. So it has a tone that it kind of plays throughout the entire journey. But if some people are standing in the way, the tone changes. It becomes a little bit harsher. And then audibly, it will actually ask people to get out of the way. Very politely, will ask people to step aside.
I like that. And, of course, it sounds already much better than the annoying noise that you get from these carts in throughout the airports now.
Yeah.
So you're already innovating. Looking forward to new things from WHILL. And I'm saying WHILL because there's an H in there.
Yeah, appreciate that.
As things progress. So thanks for bringing the demos, and thanks, Jonathan, for Vanna Whiting for us. and we look forward to chatting in the future into tomorrow when you've got cool stuff, more new things coming out.
Sure, great. Well, thanks for having me. Really appreciate it.
It's our pleasure, Justin. WHILL.inc, I-N-C. So WHILL with an H.inc. We'll get you there. Of course, visit us at intotomorrow.com, especially here you want to see the video. Cool stuff that might certainly help you or a family member or just anyone you know that says, hey, I saw something on Dave's show. You got to check this out. Do that at intotomorrow.com. I am Dave Graveline. We're back with more from the Human Touch exhibit. And at some point during a commercial break, I'm going to get back in one of the chairs. I've got this tension now on the shoulders and neck, not from your interview, don't worry, just in general from all day long. Into Tomorrow continues. Don't go away.